everybody doing out there? Sorry I'm not in frame right now. I'm just moving a fan around. It is Dave from Flash and Dance DJ and Production Services. So, today we are filming the wrap-up of the Waves SuperRack Performer. So I hope everybody has enjoyed this. This little journey I went on with everybody. These are, like I've said in the past, these are a lot of same plugins that I use day in, day out in SuperRack, and they have served me well over the last 3 or 4 years that I've been using them. So what I'm going to work you through today, in combination of my thoughts, is how do you take your license, and for example, I have this main production laptop, I have the one that's on top of my Wing and my M32C. How do I transfer your license, not just me, but in general, without using a thumb drive and using your one recovery you have per year? So with that being said, we are going to turn the camera so you can see. I'm going to hold it with one hand. All right, so down here, as you can see, all these, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Yes, I have tons of icons. I have different ones here. Okay, and the one we're looking for is this one right here, which is Waves Central. So I'm going to click on that. And as you see, it's going to load. You do have to be connected to the internet for this to work. All right, as you can see here, good to go means I'm up to date. So what we're looking for is licenses and connected devices, 2 terabyte, which is this one. And as you can see, I have the 2 licenses right there. It's saying we're gonna deactivate here. So we're gonna hit deactivate, and there it goes. Okay, so now it's been deactivated here. Okay, we're gonna close this. Okay, and now, as you can see, there's my Wing and my my M32C. All right. And now here's the cool thing. I can take you, put you here. Let's loosen you up. And I can actually put you like that. So now I'm hands-free to do what I gotta do. So it's the same thing. We're gonna look for Wave Central. We're gonna launch that. Okay, I'm gonna log in. Whoops, forgot to do this. We gotta go to Household Network. Okay, we're actually gonna close this. We're gonna close this. Okay, we are connected. So now when Wave Central launches, typically, as you saw with the other computer, it automatically logs in. It checks to verify your account, and that's what it's doing right now. Just checking to see if there's any updates or anything like that. Okay, it still wants me to log in, which isn't a big deal. Launches Chrome. Everything's good. And remember, I'm on Mac, so it automatically loads it. Open Wave Central. It's verifying my account now. Synced everything up, so that way we know that we've disconnected a previous license. Okay, and there's everything. So now we're gonna go licenses. We're gonna go here, and then we gotta go not activated. We're gonna go here to my thing. We don't need Studio Rack. We're gonna do those activate. So it's activating. Everything's up to date. Okay, I do have a USB cable connected to my Behringer WING. So one of the things we're gonna do is we're gonna oh, did I never? Nope, I never turned on my router. That's okay, no big deal. So now if we open SuperRack, because the first thing you gotta do is you gotta allow SuperRack to go out to the Waves servers and make sure that your license is valid to be able to use it. So now that's what it's doing, is we haven't jumped networks yet. So as you can see, we're still on Velvet Palace. So once that finishes, so as you can see, it is caching everything, all the plugins, and there we go that way. So now it takes a minute for it to load, and there we go. So now what I'm gonna do is open session, and we're gonna open the Redneck Castaway because that's the one I'm doing on Saturday. And now here's the telltale. Everything's here, but nothing's loaded into Wing. I'm actually gonna preset this. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit setup. It is set to Wing. We are going to set it to 96 for the buffer, which usually is pretty good for mine. It takes a second for it to go. And once it does, what we're looking for is right here. So we'll go up here so I can show you. We're looking to see how this is reacting. And as you can see, it's not in the red, so that's good. Okay, so now we're going to go back to overview, and what we're going to do is we're going to set this to what we want. Okay, and just go right along. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to verify inside the Wing what my preset, what my input list is. Make sure that's matched up. So this is what takes the longest. This is the stuff that people don't show you. And I like letting people see this so that way they can understand you need to patch everything. Okay. Let's see. 8. 9. 10. And with this group, there is a lot going on, by the way. And I know for a fact that Leo won't be there, so I'm going to save a different preset in a different way. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. 14. 15. And 16. Okay, so there's that. Now let's go to 17. Now I don't know exactly what Larry's going to be doing, who plays keys in this band. He has been in the process of revamping his rig, so I'll be talking to him. And besides, me and my wife have to go early on Saturday. The owner has been trying to get outside audio piped into the venue, which totally makes sense with this kind of weather. Just hopefully that the weather cooperates so everything goes to plan, so that they can have the inside complete and utterly to themselves, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. All right, let's see, 25. I'm sorry for the silence because I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing. All right, 31 and 32. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll store this one, okay? Now we know that, like I said, Leo, which is right here, he's not coming. So I'll turn those off, and here's the cool thing. I can go store snapshot, which actually I shouldn't have. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna resave this one actually. We're gonna go store snapshot. We're gonna turn this off, And we're gonna go store new snapshot. We're gonna go the Jetty 2026. Save. Okay. So now what I have is I have a preset of that. And once I know how the band is set up, like say Brian doesn't bring the second floor tom, which he probably won't, I can turn that off. So that's one less process that's going to go through the system. If Larry only has 4 keys, I can go bump and bump, which we're going to do that. I don't know how many lines that Steve, the new guitar player, is running. We know Leo is not there, so I can turn off that vocal. We're not going to use this one. I don't believe we're going to use that one. So now what I can do is I can hit store snapshot. So now if I load up, start up, everything except for audience mics should be on. And then if I load the Jetty, stuff is turned off. Now let's just verify 32 through 38, 48, and then 49 through 64, which we're not using. We're only using up to 48 channels. So with that being said, we're going to save this. So that way it's now saved. Now I'm going to show you how we figure out like this. This one I've already saved. This is, as you can see, it's labeled. It says Wayne's right there. So now the way we load up a new scene on here, what I love about this is you can actually angle it. So we're going to go to lay there. We're going to back up. Redneck Castaway Van, 2025. And these are all older ones, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to load, we'll load Redneck, that one. We'll hit the load and we'll confirm that. We'll go back. Now, what we're going to do, okay, everything's good there. And basically, I zero stuff out when I start off on the new one. I got to do some routing changes, which is fine. Okay. See, this is all my stuff. So I have to sit with the thing. I will save this onto my computer and I will work on it and I will revamp it, all making sure all the buses are good. Okay, all that is good. Auxes, those will get renamed. There's my music. I'll be able to reroute all that. See how this one still says Rick. That one's going to get changed. Same thing here. Rick Electric, Rick Acoustic. Those all have those. I'll be changing those. That all looks good. All that. So, with that being said, what I am going to do is just check here. I'm going to go here. Going to go outputs. It's not local. It's going to be over AES. These are all configured wrong. So we're going to hit here. We're going to go out of the matrix because it is going to pipe to the AES 50. So these are all going to get renamed. So we're going to go. Let's see. That's going to be right. This is going to be left. This is going to be for subs. This is going to be far side. Okay, and then we're going to go, none, none, and none. And here's the cool thing. I don't need any of that because they're doing their own monitors. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check the input side. And we got kick, snare, hats, rack 1, floor 2. So I'm just going to double check things over here. So kick, snare, snare. So I'm just going back and forth and checking this. Hats. So this is the boring part. So with that being said, so now as far as my channels go, okay, so what we do to verify things are working, we're going to go over here. So I'm going to click on one and it loaded the, so I'm able to access them. So that's what I wanted to make sure of. So everything's all set as far as that goes. So, my thoughts about using SuperRack. Makes life easy. It can also complicate things depending upon how you're using it. But for me, it's like I've said in the past, it's like baking a cake. This adds a whole nother layer for myself, and things work excellent with it. So with that being said, I'm going to finish working on a few more things, work on a few more routing things, renaming a few things, and then I am going to be heading home. It is 12:16. I want to make sure that my video gets uploaded for the gig log over the weekend. So with that being said, I will say, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Find me on all social media and let me know if there's anything you'd like me to discuss and my tech tip. With this being the last one, I think what I'm going to do for coming up for the next couple of, I'm probably going to work through my channel strips on the Wing. Like for example, this past weekend, I can send a multi-track into the Wing. I can just change my input source by pressing one button, and it changes it over into main alt, which basically means I can take my USB in and I can actually convert it all, and then I can have an output from my multi-track from that day, and I could show you my compressors and stuff like that, and I think that'll be a great thing. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do for next week's once I recover. So I will have a fresh gig log on Monday. That will be about what happens this weekend. I'm supposed to have 2 gigs this weekend. I'm supposed to have the Redneck guys on, Redneck Castaway on Saturday, and then Sunday I'm going to, I'm going to a campground. So that one will be interesting too. Maybe I'll have a setup for that. So we'll see. So with that being said, make sure you treat everybody the way you want to be treated. And on top of that, don't forget to learn one thing every day. So with that being said, I will see you on Monday with a new gig log.